Greetings, all. This is I am the Arcturian. Yes, there's much of me, isn't there? There's going to be more. Yes, we are part of the Galactic Federation of Lights. We are extraterrestrials for those newcomers on their planet. There's much going on as for a opening of your Earth, as for angelic and alien energies. Your society is going into a neutral energy zone, meaning that many eyeballs will be open to our existence. In the coming years, our ways are already known slightly to many of you. I believe you're aware of this, but that will continue and increase. You see yourselves in this methods that you use to defend yourself, such as I went to call karate and those other types of forms of defense. A lot of those are spiritual connections that are used, that your world is using, but of course it's using your energy of your spirit in combat, which is much needed in yours for your survival for many of you. And that right there is much alien energies as you go into a more awakened state. Doesn't that make sense to you? And those that are connecting to more of the warrior aspects, meaning, yes, the words here, Taekwondo or whatever you call it, vocabulary, it does not matter. But much of that is a very spiritual energy that many of you can connect with as you go into an awakened state. Yes, your skies are being open to us more, not by your government, but a spiritual energy is going through your skies so we can make more of an appearance where your government has no jurisdiction, mainly like your volcanoes and places similar to that, without going into total detail, where we can make ourselves more known. Sightings are important for certain individuals that need it as they go into their awakening state. There is quite many difficulties there. One moment. Yes, and the words here are not here for some of those terms as for your combat fighting, as for the spiritual connections within your Japan, your Asian cultures. Let's go with that. But it does not quite matter. As you go into more of an awareness, our energies have become more known to you. I believe you're aware of this already. Your technologies, much of it came from us, much of it has been designed by you, but the essence of it is with us. And many of you decided to reincarnate here to bring those inventions into your world. I believe you're aware of this to a certain degree. One moment. There's much energy here. Good. There's some lost, not all. But as for our awareness, yeah, to have much of an awakening there. As for a new way of looking at things, let's put it that way. I believe you're aware of what I'm speaking of. One moment. You're analyzing. One moment. Quite interesting. I've been to many primitive worlds, but nothing like this. It is quite amusing to be in a channel and to explore in this way. Yes, I don't think I would ever buy any of these things if I was a human, but you never go. Sunglass Hut, maybe. This is as close as a human as I've been for a long time. Yes, much inconsistencies here. One moment. One moment. Yes, it is quite the arrangement here. Many think they know how people think, so they put these buildings in a certain place to bring entertainment and to also get their money. Quite fascinating. Not realizing they had alien intervention to help them into the construction to many of these things. But many of you are part of the alien energies. Much of those memories will invade your mind. We want to use that word because it is true. Because some will feel it's an invasion and they won't know what to do with it once it's here. Once we are here in your presence, we're not going anywhere. Of course, we have some time for that. But once we begin our arrivals, as to seeing us in your third dimension, in your higher fourth dimension, many of you will be connecting to. So much of this is of great importance in your soul arrival to yourselves. An awareness that is much needed. Yes, there's much information we keep back during these walkings, but it is very, excuse me. One moment. Yes, if I was a human, I believe I would be in one of these places just for a visit. Not like Ivan, who comes here many times, but the reason he comes here is to help us help you and awaken your earth consciousness, which is quite fascinating to us. It is very much helpful to us. Also, many Arcturians are willing to help, as of course, but we have to be careful of what type of information goes out into your environment. One moment. What is your society quite ready for? We believe much. But as for the awakening of your humanity, it does start with your children mostly. It starts with everyone, but most of your children, as they awaken to our energies, meaning through culture, through parents that have awakening but aren't quite sure. That still blows a breath into their soul of who they are without forgetting who they are. But there's different types of awakenings, as I believe you are aware of. Yes, instead of giving out too many galactic information, as we are here, we're here mostly to congregate with humans. It does bring much stress as for the walking conditions to have a accurate message sent out from the galactic families. The connection needs to be 100%, at least 90%. Here it is around 60% with good reason. Not to say it's the wrong information, it means the information does relax a little. One moment. Reconnecting. Yes, I will be returning soon, shortly. Others wish to speak, and I will give them some area to say what they have in their mind. I've been here many times with Ivan, so that is fine. Greetings. This is Ishtar. Yes, the Blue Pleiadian Collective, or Blue Plate. It is not what I just call that, because I have to call it something. One moment. Yes, this is very exciting. This is where our idea was for Ivan to come to a place like this and to experience life with the normal people, to assist humanity to connect with us. Yes, a park is nice, but a theme park is a little bit better. But that is okay. It is to get attention. It's also to spread the alien energies, to let you all know that you're part of the Galactic family. Yes, you have not been exactly initiated to the Galactic family as for political reasons, you realize that, but for the most part, you are part of our species when it comes down to it. And I am aware that many are not too fond of some of my interviews, at least with the last interview I had, where many wish to receive an answer that they were not caring for hearing, and that is fine. But realize this: the truth is the truth, and if it is very difficult to connect with, that is fine. That is fine. Many of them are unhappy with their lives at this time. This is why they want to hear a quick transformation. They want to hear what they want. It does not matter. But it's unfortunate that many are just unhappy here and are looking for answers, but not find the happiness within themselves. It's very difficult for them to find that joy within the heart. We see that and we understand it, but there's also much healing is needed to be done for one to accept this reality, but also to accept the new realities that are being moved into your environment. But it does take some time for this to transition. But yes, it's also true that you can connect with this anytime you wish. That is fine also. Spiritually. Remember, you can connect with us spiritually anytime you wish. Anytime. We are there. Physically, it is best for a spiritual connection first. One moment. Yes, I believe you're aware that many reptilians wish to fix your society and are, yes, being persistent to a certain degree. With good reason, because they feel like they can bring much harmony into your existence where there's much negativity. In due time, yes, they are preparing many things. Oh my God, it is quite sad indeed. Yes, I have no need for a human incarnation at this time. A Pleiadian life is just good enough for me. Yes, I understand this is very amusing for many, but yes, the many roles, the difficulties to get to this situation to enjoy oneself is not something that I wish to be involved with. But it is of understanding. Yes, going to work 9 to 5, going to a place that you find very little happiness in. We realize that is a difficulty on this planet. Yes, your vibration has been lowered because of the depressions around, as for job, as for where to bring in income. But much of that will be healed. Instead of waiting for your reset, it's best to reset your existence now. As for what is important, and not to worry about your financial reset, and just heal who you are today. And manifest what you wish to manifest, to bring in a light into your life. Too many are looking into the future too often, which is understandable. We are not criticizing. If it just seems like we are trying not. We realize that many have many journeys that are difficult here. One moment. To find happiness is a lifelong battle. We understand that. One moment. We're the battle, buddy. One moment. Yes, enjoy the sights. I don't think I'd be writing that either. These rides don't amuse me all that much. Maybe some of the shops, I am more of a person that are interested in certain trinkets, but we have more diamonds in our culture. We do with energy, but some do have material possessions that do bring much happiness. And there's nothing wrong with that. But many here are unaware of their own spiritual direction. So it does bring a difficulty on knowing what is important and what is not too important. It is good to be materialistic to a certain degree, but it is up to you. You can be as materialistic as you like to. There are many who have many crystal caves of their own. But material possessions, it depends if you wish to connect to that. That is all fine. Whatever you feel like you need to bring into your environment. One moment. Whatever brings a happiness to you, many materialism, collecting items, which many species do collect many items. We are part, as is channeling, we are connected to many primitive worlds at this time. We are even broadcasting much of this information as we are doing right now to other worlds, to certain beings. You'd be surprised. And they are finding great amusement, but also they do not understand this direction of your Earth. As for its position in the universe, as for the negativity around many of you, and many are puzzled, but it is quite a great education for me. One moment. Yes, your connection with the Galactic Federation of Light is in, you can say as for your with the membership, is under evaluation at this time. It has been submitted for a very long time ago, and it's been evaluated for a long time. And it is in a process of acceptance. And once it is accepted, you will see more of our energies increase. Understand, yes, it will be 400 or 500 years. It is not that long. When you connect to spirit, you will realize it is not that long. Many are finding difficulties in their own weekly, daily lives, which is quite understandable because the negativity is around much. Because of the forces of nature, the reptilians, Zetas, Wirens, other beings that are more than happy to hold on to your energy. They don't just connect to it, they grasp it, they take hold of it and control it. You realize this. One moment. Yes, fantasy world. That makes a lot of sense, doesn't it, here on Earth? Yes, I don't think I'm surprised that guy. No, I do not believe it. It might bring some amusement, but going around in a circle, it's not something that I feel like I need to experience at this time. Greetings. This is Ishtar again. Yes, to continue. Where was I? There was a slight interference, but nothing to worry about. One moment. Yes, you have an introduction. Your application's already been submitted to the Galactic Federation of Light. It is under review. Yes, it takes like 300 or 400 years for it to be to go into full effect. You have not been accepted yet, but you understand you're in the review process. And in this review process, is as we start entering you into your atmosphere, meaning channeling is 1 degree, and there are other degrees that are in process at this time. I believe you're understanding where I'm going with all this. It all depends on humanity and how much it wishes to connect to us, but also most importantly, how you connect it to spirit. You realize that is a very large jump for many, we understand, because of the processes here, much negativity that is here. The challenges are immense here because of many of the reptilians and other energies. Not to just point the finger at them, but most of this is humans accepting their energies as for to bring riches onto themselves. But this is only a small group. I believe you're understanding what I'm speaking of. But many lessons are here to be learned and are being learned. So that brings much fascination to us. Yes, there's much activity out here. So this review process goes into different shades of color. but also levels. You are at a level, I want to say blue right now, but it is a low version of it. There's a lighter blue and you're more of you're in the blue, let's put it that way. I want to say level 5 to some degree. It is just to give you, humans like to have labels. So I'm giving you a label. You can say your gold star is when you've been fully accepted, and you are far from that. There's different versions of blue also, and these blues have mostly symbols, but for human sake, you can have numbers if you wish, because these symbols represent where you are in your application process. But yes, you are actually doing pretty well for a world in this situation. Many extraterrestrials that many have been channeled have brought your vibration up in many directions, and much work needs to be done, as you can tell. Much healing needs to be done for the soul. Yes, past lives, and much more than that. Your galactic lifetimes are unfolding little by little. But understand that much look for positivity. Still have much negativity within their environment. That is closing their world up, closing down their galactic connections. Because of the negativity, they wish to be a positive person, but they carry around much negativity still. I believe you are understanding what I'm speaking of. There's many journeys that must be done that needs to be released. Releasing of lifetimes that are not needed, but also a soul rebirth that is much needed for us to be fully involved in your environment. And much that has to do with the animals. Yes, other aliens have brought it up, and I'm going to bring it up again. That has to do with your, one moment. There's much noise here. One moment. Yes, there's much background music, instruments. One moment. We might have to continue this. Yes, we'll probably have to continue this another time. We're going to go to another place. Much love to you. Blessings. We are the Pleiadians, and we love you. One more. Blessings. See you soon. Greetings. I am Sion with the Yahyel. Blessings to your earth. This is quite amusing to be in a place of this many people in a walking environment. Yes, not something I would recommend to many channelers, but this seems to be much helpful to bring an open eye to many. Our galactic connections with you, yes, is through DNA. But also we are part of much of your evolution. Us as Yahyel had to go through many experiences with you. Many of us have been kings and queens on your planet throughout your royalty. I believe you're aware of this. Many of your kings with me. Your Queen Elizabeth is part of our race. Yes, she has much reptilian, but she is much of our energies also. Yes, the energy of Yahyel, of royalty. Yes, you can say it's also part of your elites, your Illuminati energies. Much of that is the Yahyel, but also other generations of extraterrestrials. One moment. This is quite amusing for us. Yes, I think I would be coming here if I was a human. Thank you, Ivan, for allowing me to be part of your experience. Yes, I think I would be a human here one time. Yes, but you have to go through many challenges to get to this point. Much negativity to get to a point like this. And I'm not sure if I would have wished to go through a human incarnation to get to that area. But it is quite fascinating. I am one great of mathematics, so I would well excel in your schools. But still, the depression that goes on. If I was a human, I would become very easily depressed through many. I I'm just one of those beings that wants to share love to everyone. And you realize it's very impossible. Not impossible, but when you're trying to heal the world, it can't get to at times. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. I would wear one of those hats too. Yes, give it more of a... One moment. Yes, this is better. Our connection does get kind of... It weighs down as we... One moment. Channeling and walking, yes, is quite exhausting. Much activities are here. Yes, the Arcturian energies is quite immense with your human. Also the Yahyel. We are very part of your Earth history as many species, but as the Yahyel, we do feel like our connection with you is the strongest. Because we are you, and we are still learning how to be in your perspective. We do realize that men are not ready for our energies, and that's quite understandable during the advertising state of your world, as it is much materialism that rules your planet. As for thought, as for imagination, consumerism, yes, consumes the mind. But eventually I do see you releasing this negativity to connect more with yourself, where you can see your spirit and astral, but also see yourself connected to extraterrestrial friends. As for Ivan, he's very connected to the Yahyel, and many, actually he's more connected than you realize. He's connected to many species. The gray, in many ways, is very Yahyel more than he realizes. And many of you are more Yahyel than you realize. But you will realize this over time. It's not quite important at this moment. Well, it is important to bring more positivity. Many of our ships are in this area at this time, monitoring this channeling and other events, as you can tell. If you go into the fourth density energies, you think this place is busy now. You go into the fourth density energies, yes, it gets quite crowded once you see how many guides and alien energies that are here. Luckily, they're not charging spirits at this time. They would make a fortune off of that if they realized how many spirit guides one had and how many aliens are with that being also. One moment. But the idea is to find yourself, to connect to your spirit, to find happiness within your day-to-day environment, instead of having the anger and aggravation that is so easily held by so many here. The negativity is a black hole for many that find difficulty releasing. Yes, many negative entities are here in reincarnation form, causing much of the violence and negativity on their world, but not all. Some are convinced to be negative by negative beings. There's an interference here. One moment. One moment. We'll connect in a minute. We are analyzing this situation. One moment. There are many ships in this area that are configuring to Ivan's vibration. One moment. Even our connection seems to be getting blocked to a certain degree by reptilian energies. One moment, but nothing to worry about. Yes, it is kind of, slightly. It is youth within the soul. To bring the youth back, the happiness within the soul that has been easily forgotten by materialism and religious efforts. Yes, and it's also true, your manifestation. But to manifest, you must be connected to spirit to accurately connect to it. If you have a negativity there and an anger of selfishness will not bring this manifestation to you. It's much better to be of a positive nature to bring this manifestation to you. Now there are reptilians and other beings that are aware of this and know how to balance it out. Your humans are slowly remembering and understanding manifestation. You manifest things every day, you're not realizing it every second of your life. You're manifesting things. So realize this, you are doing it already basically, as you are aware of. But it is best to bring in more positive energies into your environment. To do so, it must be a more positive energy around you. To shift yourself, yes, to a more positive environment. Yes, the alien energies are immense here and will increase. You will eventually feel the energy of the aliens, and you wish to connect to them physically. Connecting to them spiritually is the same thing. And to get to that point is what we are looking for. Because if you connect to us spiritually, you can connect to us physically. You understand that? Does that make a lot of sense to you? Once you connect to us spiritually, it's very easy for what you are looking for as for your... Yeah, you're really connecting once again. There is much interference here. It's okay. It's nothing to worry about. One moment. Yes, there's others. We will speak to you at some time. We do like speaking to you, but in this environment, it was probably best to let other beings come through and give Ivan a rest. One moment. Blessings to you. I am Sion for the Yahyel. Love you always.